Hello. Hello. Namaste, welcome to today's video. Say hello to my lemon tree. There's 4. Yesterday I said there was 3. There are 4 big, juicy lemons on this lemon tree. In England, who would have thought? All you need is a greenhouse. So yeah, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Lemons, they're not that nice. No one's going to give you a lemon to just eat. It's bitter. Even thinking about eating a lemon makes your mouth water, so you don't want to eat a lemon. But somebody gives you a nice glass of lemonade. Whew! Damn! You like that lemonade. Lemonade is good. Lemons, they're not that good, maybe it's a bit of a salad dressing or something. So I just thought I'd make a video about lemons, about the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So I'm not sure exactly who says it, but there's this phrase, sometimes your greatest gift comes disguised as your worst nightmare. Sometimes life presents us with our own lemons, something that isn't pleasant, something that is difficult, something that is challenging. And it's our job on the spiritual path to alchemize this challenging situation and make lemonade out of it. And what's coming to me is that there is a gift within every single challenge, even if we don't see it, even if we've been struggling with something for years, we keep struggling with it until we discover the gift within it. And that gift is usually revealed through acceptance of that thing that we are finding unacceptable, of surrender and acceptance in the midst of whatever we're experiencing that's unpleasant. Finding the sweet within the bitter. Discovering the sweet within the bitter. Because you mix this lemon with a little bit of water and a bit of sugar, and it's no longer something that you don't want to eat or drink. It's something very sweet, very nice. So I'll give a couple of examples. Anxiety. There are many benefits to experiencing anxiety. There are many gifts within the experience of anxiety. If you're somebody who's experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of activation in the nervous system, there's a lot of incredible gifts within it. One of them is that in order to soothe an anxious nervous system, it needs to be met by love. In order to soothe and heal and bring down a really anxious nervous system, the only way to do that is through love, is through developing, oh, the sun's in my eyes, developing your capacity to love yourself. And so what anxiety actually starts drawing out of you when you start using it, when you start alchemizing it, is it starts drawing out of you this very tender, sweet, profound quality of love. It draws out with you the very thing that it needs in order to heal. If anxiety needs love in order to heal, then you open and open and open to more and more love, because that's what is needed to heal. I hope that makes sense. Another way of expressing this is when the anxiety arises, if we can bring our attention into our bodies, if we can come down and meet our bodies with our attention, with our awareness, and we feel the anxiety fully in our bodies, and we allow our attention to soothe that anxiety, over time, gradually and gradually over time, what we start to recognize within our own experience is that there is this love that starts holding our nervous systems. There's this love that starts holding our bodies. And then we just start experiencing ourselves held by this unconditional love, the unconditional love of our being. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Can we turn the bitterness of anxiety into the sweetness of our own being? Now, can I think of something else? Okay, I'll give a silly example. I was in Tiruvannamalai a few years ago. It's Ramana Maharshi's, where his ashram is, and I was doing a 10-day intensive with a teacher out there, and I stayed there for a couple of months. Anyway, I'd been practicing this self-inquiry for a while. So whenever anything arose within me that was challenging, that was difficult, I would ask myself the question, who is it that knows or is aware of this challenged person? What is it that knows this challenged person? What is it that knows this struggling person? What is this struggling person appearing within? And that question would take me out of identification with the struggle and into the felt sense of what it is arising within, into the felt sense of my being. So I was in Tiruvannamalai, I was in this dodgy little hotel on this very busy road. It was a crazy area. And I got sick. Really sick. And my stomach was so painful, I thought I was going to die. Honestly, I had no one to talk to. I couldn't find anyone. It was late at night. There was nothing I could do. I thought I was going to die. Well, part of me thought I was going to die. I did trust that I wasn't. And it was so painful all night, so painful. And all I was doing was just inquiring, okay, who knows this one? Who knows this one that's sick? Who knows this one with a stomachache? Anyway, it comes to the morning time and I've been feeling sick as a dog all night. And I get up in the morning and there's this bin on the floor. And finally, I throw up. And as I'm throwing up, the question comes into my mind. Who is it that knows or is aware of the one who is throwing up? And as I was throwing up, I was also inquiring into the nature of my being. I was using that moment of to inquire into the nature of my being. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. That's just a silly example. If you are somebody who is extremely shy, and there is a difference between shyness and introversion. I consider myself quite introverted. I'm a hermit. I like to spend a lot of time on my own. And I used to be incredibly shy. I wouldn't say boo to a goose. I'd be in pubs with friends or acquaintances, and I found it really hard to speak. I spent a lot of my teenage years, all the way up until mid to late 20s, finding it difficult to speak. And slowly, eventually, I started running meetings and stuff about overcoming anxiety and spirituality and all of this stuff. And I would set up meetings in Liverpool city centre. I'd rent a room, and for a while nobody would come, and I would sit in the room on my own. And I would still teach the class. I'd record it on my phone. And eventually people started coming, and I started talking, and I started teaching. And then I'd find myself at universities talking in front of 40 people. At one point I was guiding meditation and teaching a group of nearly 200 teachers. As well as this, I started busking on the streets of Liverpool, singing to hundreds and hundreds of people. And now, I really enjoy speaking. I still get shy at times, but people would probably think I was quite extroverted in a lot of settings. I'm quite free in my expression in a lot of ways, and I'm still working on freeing up my expression. But my throat has gone from being completely closed and contracted in almost to the opposite direction. At least it's going that way. And now I love talking, I love singing, I'm starting to be able to express myself, like making these videos. I love it, I love making these videos. I love expressing myself, I love talking. My throat's opened up. So the lemon in this situation was my shyness, my tight, closed throat chakra. And the lemonade in this situation is my love and my ability to speak and express myself and sing. So take a moment to think about your own life. Where is your lemon? What is your lemon? Write down in the comments if you want. What's your lemon? What is your difficulty? What is it you are being challenged by? And there is a gift within it. Every single challenge we have, there is a gift within it. And often our greatest gifts are hidden within our greatest challenges. The sweetest lemonade is hidden within the bitterest lemons. Okay, I'm going to stop using this analogy at some point soon. There we go again. That's my self-consciousness, the old shyness coming out. Thinking I've been speaking about lemons too much. But yeah, what is your greatest challenge? If you could name one or two or three, what is it? Is it shyness? Is it depression? Are you very angry? If you're very angry, if you had a lot of stuff happen to you when you were a kid that was unacceptable to you, and it made you angry and you feel resentment and anger and bitterness towards people, what is the gift within that? Maybe those things happen to you and that anger is within you now so that you can fully step into your power. Because we need spiritual people on this planet at the moment who are in touch with their power. And anger isn't a bad thing. Spiritual people think anger is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Anger is your power. Now, if it's coming up into mind, if it's coming up into thinking angry thoughts about people and feeling like a victim, then that power is inverted within you and it just drives you crazy. But if you can get in touch with the pure energy underneath the mind patterns, and you can allow that to open up into awareness, you can allow that to expand out within your energetic field, then that energy of anger and bitterness and resentment can become your power. So you can be a powerful force of love in the world. Depression. When we're depressed, it can feel like there's this heaviness. Well, I'm just going to talk about sadness. When we're sad, it can feel like there's this heavy, sad feeling in us. And if we resist that, if we don't want that depressed, sad feeling, then it's very distressing. It's really not nice to live with. But if we fully let it in, if we fully allow ourselves to be sadness, if we fully allow ourselves to be completely sad, if we fully allow it, if we fully accept it, if we fully let it in, then it actually opens us to this deep, rested heart, to this deep rest and this subtle experience, or not so subtle experience, of love, of compassion, of sweetness. Depression, it can block our energy. It can make us lethargic. It can make us not want to do anything, want to stay in bed all day. And so maybe that's inviting us to become very energetic, expressive, energetic. To become really, truly happy, because when you've experienced complete opposite of happiness, then when you start to experience happiness again, you really fucking appreciate it. And then you really love life. It's the people who've been the most depressed who end up loving life the most, and they see the most meaning in life, because depression can make life feel meaningless. I was depressed at one point and I thought life was completely meaningless. It was a horrible experience. It was a horrible feeling, this feeling of meaninglessness. And now I feel there's so much meaning in life. There's so much meaning within my heart. I don't even question it. I don't even think about it. I could think of many, many more examples of this. I could just keep going and going and going, thinking of examples of this. But I think I'm going to end the video there. I'd love to hear in the comments what your challenges are, and also what you feel this challenge is opening up for you. What you feel you've been given this challenge for. What is the gift within this challenge? What do you believe? What do you intuit the gift within this challenge is? Because when we start to realize and intuit the gift within whatever challenge we have, then we can start to actually be grateful for it, and we can come out of feeling a victim to what it is. We can stop feeling like a victim to life, and we can start to realize that life, all the challenges of life, are here to help us in some way, are here to help reveal a gift. And that's a very important switch that we make in our minds, from feeling like a victim to life to feeling empowered by the challenges of life. Like a adventurer or a climber. a mountaineering person going off to climb Everest. They don't feel victimized by the challenge, the massive challenge ahead of them. They feel empowered by it. Of course, it's slightly different because they're choosing it. But it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. When we start to realize that all the challenges, that our biggest challenge is here to reveal our biggest gift, then we stop feeling like a victim to it and we start to feel empowered by it. And that's an incredibly important switch we need to make in our minds. Okay, my friends, I'm really feeling like going to get a glass of lemonade. Although I don't really drink sugar anymore. But I don't know, I might get some sort of a lemony drink today. Okay, take care. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you on the next video. Namaste. 'Cause I find joy within the ordinary.